Oh, we're live now.
Hello! Welcome
Hi.
to the Word Nerds broadcast. We will be talking about Fangirl, and my video is really lagging right now. So sorry.
Who wants to start us off?
Okay, I'm just
Fangirl
gonna
is awesome!
tweet the link.
Yeah, if you want...
The mustaches are back.
If you want to tweet along, we're using hashtag WNBookClub. And if you tweet us and or comment on this video, you will be eligible for to win a signed copy of Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. The one that Kelly is holding. It's beautiful. Her signature is glorious. So, what did you guys think of the book?
I loved it.
I loved it.
I'm enjoying it.
Is anyone
Erica
not
is
finished it yet?
I haven't
anyone-
finished it because I've been busy reading other manuscripts and editing and trying to meet my deadline, but I'm on page 52 and I love it.
Okay, so should we be careful of spoilers and stuff for people that might be following along that haven't finished it yet? Yeah, don't give away anything.
Maybe just go like, spoiler! Spoiler!
Cover your ears.
And then end it with, end of spoiler! End of spoiler!
Yeah. Like, you did until we do this again. Or until we shimmy.
Until you take your mustache off.
Spoiler mustache. There you go.
So if you're going to have a spoiler, you put the mustache on, okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
It's gonna murder us.
The system is flawless.
There.
Does anyone have the link to the live feed? I can't find it. And I want to tweet it.
Oh.
That's a very good question. Please hold.
Might be YouTube. Hold on.
It's usually live feed just show up in my subscriptions thing, but I'm not seeing it.
Did it show up when we practiced it yesterday? Like, how did you find it then?
On my subscriptions, or I guess I was logged into the channel at the time, so it was easier. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Hang on. I'm chatting it to you. I found it.
Okay.
I think. Technology is hard on us writers.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh my gosh.
Aaron spent like 20 minutes trying to get... No, like an hour.
It was a good... Yeah, no, it was more than an hour. And it was a good thing that I didn't end up coming on and talking to you guys because I was raging at that point. Like, it was like Hulk anger. So, yeah.
I have some bad news, guys.
Uh-oh.
Not on the right channel.
It's not on our channel?
No, it's on... Like, I know the Word Nerd says Meg Jashinsky now, but there's 0 people subscribed to this channel, and it's the only video on this channel. We are not in the right place.
I don't know what is going on!
Well, can you somehow share the video from that channel on the Word Nerds? Like, is that possible to do? I don't know. Like, can
I
we
don't
just
know
do
either.
this?
Yeah,
Like,
and and then I can just rip it off and put it back on.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Just do it the way it is and tell people to come to that video on that channel regardless of the 0 subscribers, I guess, for now. Unless we want to log out and back in again. That sounds like a pain in the butt.
Have you guys noticed when you go to switch accounts that it gives you 2 options for Word Nerds?
Yeah, I've noticed
Yeah,
that.
that's probably
So
what it is.
I think it's on the other one because I'm definitely logged out of my account.
The one benefit of logging out and switching back in is that any of the subscribers that are on YouTube will be like notified, like, hey, this channel's live. Go watch them now. So
Yeah. The only problem is I don't know how we would do that since I'm using the same email that our YouTube account is linked to.
All right, I'm just going to use the link we've got, and we will figure it out later.
Yeah. Well, we'll get better at this as we go along. The next book group will be much smoother.
Yes, if you were looking for us on the actual channel, we're very, very sorry.
But let's not lie. We'll probably still have a lot of technical difficulties next time.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so actually discussing the book, or are we waiting still for
The book.
Discuss a whale.
Fangirl.
Okay. Does anyone want to start with any thoughts or questions or anything? Anyone?
Kath is the best character ever. I love her so much.
I second that.
Yes, me
There's
too.
that.
Yeah, I found myself relating to her a lot, like with her like anxiety of like sitting down in the cafeteria. So like I would totally be the person that was sitting there eating energy bars instead of forcing myself to go socialize.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Right there with you.
I like that she was kind of different from a lot of young adult like main characters. Like she's not like super strong. Like I can do anything on my own. Like she like needs other people. So I thought that was kind of refreshing about her.
Yeah, and I like that it's kind of contradictory. Like she needs the people she's close to, but she doesn't want to get close to anyone else because it's really scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think she's just such a real character. Like I know that I've read a lot of young adult books, and I found the main character, while it's a fun read, I can really see the author self-inserting themselves into the character, and maybe some of it is wishful thinking, whereas Kath is very much I felt like she would be a real person.
Yeah, I totally
you don't necessarily well, you don't necessarily want to self-insert yourself because she's so anxious and almost OCD a little bit. It's yeah, so
yeah. I found that I really liked just like her thought processes. She would say things like, there's this one part where she's thinking about a boy, and she's like, he's good. I don't want to lose him. Not in like I think he's gonna die right now or anything. I just don't want to lose him in general. And I was like, that's how I thought about boys. Like, and so I just thought a lot of her thought processes were really realistic too.
And I think we can all really much understand the fangirl aspect of it too. When she's talking about Simon Snow, I'm going like, okay, yeah, like.
And writing the fan fiction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so how many people wrote fan fiction of this group?
Yeah. Guilty.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, so like all of us.
I didn't. I read a lot of fan fiction, but I never wrote it.
I will admit that I did when I was in like freshman year of high school. The first fan fiction I wrote was about Twilight. Because I do not like how this is going. Let me rewrite things and make it better.
Fair enough.
And then I wrote, what was the other one? A Great and Terrible Beauty. I did one for that. Those are my two. I never read Harry Potter.
Lots of Harry Potter.
Emma and I were shameless Draco Ginny shippers.
Yes.
We wanted them together so bad.
See, I read a lot of that, but I couldn't write it. I was like, I'm not gonna. I can't mess with that.
I'm not saying we wrote it well.
I didn't feel like I could. I didn't feel like I could do justice to Harry Potter, but I did write Star Wars fan fiction when I was 20.
That's a good one.
I wrote some Stargate.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
here's a question.
Okay.
About Kath's character. Now, would she specifically be defined as young adult since she's in that college year, or would she be more new adult, even though it's not like
new
the...
adult.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as new adult.
Yeah.
I would say now it's new adult. I think a year and a half ago it would have been young adult, but now it's definitely new adult.
I heard someone say something, because that was my question too, and they said that I think it's new adult for her age range, but because she's experiencing a lot of things for the first time, they kind of pegged it more in the young adult area.
That's really interesting.
But I thought that when you experience the college experience is like basically what new adult is. When you're getting out on your own for the first time, that's how I feel that new adult is. Instead of, when I initially heard about it, oh, it's YA with sex, great. But now I think that having read some new adult, not going to judge it before I read it. I found that it's quite different. I really like it because we've all been through that stage.
It branches out beyond the book porn genre of new adult.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Has anyone read Eleanor and Park, the other one that Rainbow Rowell wrote?
I've read it.
I want to.
I have a copy. I haven't read it.
I have it on hold in the library.
Is it YA or new adult?
It's
YA.
I think that one's YA.
Yeah.
They're in high school, right?
Yeah, they're high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of heavy
That
themes,
one's-
but it is young adult.
Yeah.
Okay, I really want to read that one now.
Yeah, her writing is really engaging. I felt like I just wanted to read more of it.
Yeah, I literally stayed up. It was one of those books that made me stay up most of the night, and I haven't done that, I think, since the Divergent series.
Yeah.
The whole
Which
night.
I still have to finish.
I know. I still need to do the third book because I live in this little tiny town, and the bookstore does not carry it.
Oh,
It has-
Seriously?
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and like trying to plug my ears when it comes to spoilers.
See, I got it the day it came
I
out.
got spoiled before I finished it.
Oh, that's awful. That makes me so mad. Why do people do that?
It was like hard to finish it because of it. I'll be honest.
Well, I heard people complaining about the end of it, and I'm like, no, don't tell me.
Yeah.
I've never read the series, and I got spoiled, so.
Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't started it. It's on my to-be read list, but I haven't actually gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
See, Veronica Roth posted a blog post about why she killed off whatever character she killed off that I am trying to stay spoil-free about.
Yeah.
But
No.
I was like, no, don't read it.
Yeah, hopefully they would warn, like, big fat spoiler warning on the front. Like, don't read this if you haven't.
Yeah, there was. It was a nice post. I won't get into it because, I don't know. I'm dying for Erica to finish it so I can complain to someone about this book. But
I'm trying to
Oh, you
stop
can
it.
complain to me.
Yeah, Megan and I texted for like 2 days after I finished it.
Well,
Okay.
has everyone read the first two books?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
haven't.
Well, why
Except
not?
for
Okay,
Kaylin.
Kaylin
Kaylin hasn't. Mustache.
Oh, I'm already spoiled in the very end. I've already been spoiled. I haven't even picked up the books
Okay.
yet, and I've
Well,
been
because
spoiled.
I was going to suggest doing the third book for a book club, but then Kaylin, you'd have to do a lot of catch-up reading.
Well, like, are you guys looking to do it next month?
Well,
Or how do you want to structure
I
that?
can do it anytime.
whenever, yeah. There's
I can
lots of
start
other
reading
books
the
we can
series.
read. Don't
I
force
recommend it.
yourself
I like
if you've
it.
got.
Well, yeah, I mean, with
other stuff.
Nano, it's going to be difficult to read anything this month, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nano's taking over life. Sorry
Yeah,
we get so
I've never-
distracted.
I've never done Nano before, and I'm thinking about doing it for the first time, so that'll be interesting.
You should totally
It's
do
already
it.
the third.
I haven't
It's already
plotted
the
out any
third,
of my
though.
book. I haven't plotted out
Oh.
any of my book. I'm totally flying by the
okay.
seat of my pants.
Okay.
Oh,
I might
someone
do
is
it
actually
then.
watching us.
Oh my gosh, we should get that topic.
Okay,
Wait,
so
I have
need
a
to
question.
actually- Yes.
I have a question for y'all. So I think we all loved how believable Kath was, and how realistic she was. And I was just wondering how do you write a character like that who's obviously so flawed and still make it seem believable and make it not seem like a cliche? Or how
don't
does
know, I
Rainbow
think-
Rowell do it well?
I would
Yeah.
assume heavy character development. She's got to, like, make up a whole life before the college experience for her to kind of draw from, like, why is she so anxious and why is she behaving the way she does when she has to separate from her sister in college. Kind of like how she got there.
Yeah,
I think
totally.
that one of the reasons that the character of Kath is believable is because that she is very flawed, and like I said before, I think more the cliche is the YA character, or the new adult character that thinks, oh, I'm not pretty, oh, nobody likes me, or whatever, and everyone actually really does like them, and they are gorgeous, and the classic
Yes.
look in the mirror scene, and like, oh, I'm so ugly, and when it's like,
It's like, I hate you.
like a beauty queen or whatever. It's ridiculous. So I like Kath because she is fundamentally flawed, and that makes her realistic to me.
I think what makes it good is that she's consistently flawed. Like, she doesn't just, like, get a boyfriend and say, like, oh, I'm over my anxiety, I'm happy.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
there, like, it's something she has to struggle with, and that made it really realistic, I think.
Totally.
Yeah. And what did you guys think of the boy?
Oh, hang on.
He was
Where's
so
the mustache?
unlike any other, like, YA love interest that I've read, that he's just kind of, I don't know, he's still charming and
Oh.
charismatic, but he doesn't wash his hair, and he doesn't, like, he's just kind of, he's just who he is.
Oh, Megan's got the spoiler mustache on. What do you want to say?
Spoiler mustache!
Yeah, I definitely want to talk. Since I have the spoiler mustache on, I can say I definitely want to talk Levi. I loved how nice he was. How, like, you genuinely could not tell what he was thinking because he was so nice to everyone. And I think there's not enough nice guys in YA.
Yes.
There's always dark and brooding.
Yeah.
Well, that's something when I talked to Rainbow Rowell that she was saying that why Kath had such trouble believing him, and like because Kath wouldn't like just arbitrarily smile at someone, whereas Levi just was happy with everyone, so she found it insincere, like Kath did, because it wasn't what she did. So that was just something she mentioned.
That's awesome.
I think I distrusted him because he was so nice and honest. Like, I kept turning the page waiting for him to do something really, really horrible.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you got to the end, you're like, he actually turned out to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy.
Nicely.
Like, I was having trouble deciding if he liked her or not, so, like, I understood her confusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what about that other guy? What was his name? The one that was writing stories with her?
Jerky Jerkface?
Yeah, Jerky Jerkface.
Oh, wait,
I don't
I
remember what his
know
real
this.
name was.
Like,
Hold on. Is his name Nick?
Nick? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on that page.
Erica's
I've got this.
Literally.
It would be the type of guy I think a lot of us would fall for because he is attractive and he's also very interested in writing. And when you have like passions that go together like that, it would be very easy to fall for sort of under his spell, I guess you could say. But I was so I was so angry when it all went down or whatever. I'm not gonna be the spoiler. I don't want to wear the mustache. I'm kidding. But when what happened, I was literally holding the book, like crushing it a little bit. I was so angry.
It's like fuming. Yeah.
Because that touches us, I think that touches a special, not only is he a jerk, like, romantically, but also for writers, that touches a nerve.
Yeah, and I thought, too, the point that when Kath says towards the end, you're a good writer, you'll do fine on your own. Like, you don't need me. And without saying any more to spoil any more of that, I thought that was, like, the peak. Where you saw, like, oh my gosh, Kath is standing up for herself now.
Right.
Like, she is awesome.
Yeah, I loved that scene.
Yeah, I think it ended really well. I like how it was resolved, and the thing with her twin sister and everything. And I found that I was very interested. I kept reading to the end because the characters, their relationships, kept me so interested. But I do like that she threw in something that was like sort of a little extra exciting with Kath's twin and everything towards the end when she has a problem and all this stuff. Like, that was very interesting to me as well, and I found that was one of the reasons that I couldn't put it down was the relationships and the dynamics between the different characters.
Yeah, totally. I loved how opposite Kath and Ren were. Also their names.
The name thing, I absolutely love the name thing.
I know!
The whole time I'm reading and I'm like, oh, they're unusual names. They're pretty cool. And then you get to the explanation, you're like,
I didn't think about
holy mother, that's awesome.
So smart.
Why didn't I think of that? Like,
I know!
Yeah, for some reason I'm forgetting all their names. What did you guys think of Kath's dad and his behavior? Like, I did not think. I was just going to say, I didn't think he was a typical YA or NA dad.
Well, the fact that there was a dad at all was pretty atypical.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So the fact that she took it beyond that and made him kind of an oddball dad, that I loved the character, but.
I actually read that she, when she was writing, she picked Mark Ruffalo as like the cast in her head. So now I want to reread the book with him in my head as I'm reading. I didn't read that until after I was done. I can see it. He's got that thing going on.
I'm looking at this picture right now. I could totally see that.
Okay, now I have to look it up.
Yeah. I had forgotten who he was.
Mark who? Ruffalo?
He's the Mark Ruffalo. He played the Hulk in the new Avenger movie.
Yeah. And he's in Night Sweeney.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I can see that too. What are you drinking, Megan? Just water? I thought it was milk, like you're drinking a big thing of milk.
Here's
Calcium.
Ruffalo.
Just getting tipsy.
Wow.
No, it's just water.
I didn't picture him as hot, like Kath's hot dad. That never really went through my head.
No, I guess not. That's true.
I mean, like, he has his moments.
I don't know. I just saw the stubble when you held it up. I like a man with stubble.
Full beard.
Oh, there we go.
No Shave November is my favorite month of the year.
No shave.
Grow a beard.
It depends who is not shaving.
Yeah. My husband, it grows on patchy and blonde. It's just not an option.
As long as they don't do a mustache, because my husband does not look good with a mustache. With a full beard, yes. Mustache is out. Okay, we are now talking about facial hair, so
I always imagined Nick with a little bit of facial hair.
Yeah.
Well, what's he described as again?
Like a hipster.
Yeah, he's hipster. He wears, like, winged
but she also
things.
describes him as something else because he's got the thick, heavy eyebrows, and I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Like European or something.
Like Greek looking or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's still a jerk.
See if I can find it.
Spoiler mustache. He's a jerk.
I think that we've already spoiled that.
Yeah. I think I'm spoiled with everything at this point.
I think I had the mustache on for that.
But we didn't say why he's a jerk, so that's not spoiled. So it's okay.
We won't reveal that.
No.
What about Professor Piper? What do you guys think about her?
She scared me. I was scared of her. I wasn't even there.
I actually found myself a little bit frustrated with Kath sometimes, and I found myself frustrated with Kath when it came to this project she was doing. I can understand for one point I can understand that she really wants to concentrate on what she really loves doing, which is writing about Simon Snow, but it frustrates me because she took a course and then she has to do this paper and then she just doesn't want to.
And the teacher does so much to help her.
Yeah, to help her along, and she just doesn't really take advantage of that for a while.
Yeah.
It frustrated me a little bit.
It did. The whole conversation where the professor got onto her about the assignment she turned in, I just got frustrated with Kath because I was like, no, really, you can't do that. It's a class.
I think we've dropped.
I think we lost Erica or Erin. I mean.
I found a small description of Nick. It's not really a description. It just says he raised his furry eyebrows.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I could almost relate to Kath in that moment. I don't know, because I'm unemployed right now and I'm trying to find a job, and calling people and letting people help me is really hard for me. And I've been searching for a few months now, and it's really frustrating not getting a job after a few months, And so for me, there are people who try to help me, and I'm like, I just don't even want your help because I'm going to be unemployed and die in the garbage in 2 years. And so for me,
writers live.
Yeah. And so for me, I was like, I'm frustrated at Kath, but I'm frustrated because I see myself doing that with the people who are trying to help me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so I found that short description of Nick. It's on page 37 of Fangirl. It says, she wasn't used to seeing Nick from the front. He had a boyish face with hooded blue eyes and blocky black eyebrows that almost met in the middle. He looked like someone with a steerage ticket on the Titanic, somebody who'd be standing in line at Ellis Island, undiluted and old-blooded, also cute.
Yeah, okay, old-blooded, that's what I was trying to remember. It was such a specific description. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, Erica, the sweater you're wearing, okay, this is completely off topic. That's the one with the elbow patches, right?
Yeah.
I looked everywhere in Vancouver. I was like a crazy woman walking around in all the stores where is your sweaters with elbow patches? And they're like, we don't have any. And I was so angry. Anyways.
You just set their shops on fire.
Well, thank you.
How dare you not have any elbow patches?
It's good for
It's
leaning.
just such a writer thing. You need one.
I'm a writer.
Either that or take up smoking and drinking, but it's got to be the elbow patch.
I mean, this is like the healthier option out of the three.
And Stephen King doesn't recommend it. He tried it.
Well, wasn't that like crack cocaine or something instead? Not.
I think it was everything. I think
lighter
it started as an alcoholic and it went through everything else.
Well, I remember him saying in his book on writing. If you guys haven't read that, you should.
Oh my gosh.
In his book on writing, he says he can't remember writing Cujo, like, at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a little crazy.
Yeah. To me, oh my gosh, I love that book so much.
That's such a
But
good book,
he's talking about like substance abuse and how you don't need it to be an artist or whatever. And it was like one of the most powerful lines to me. But he's talking about like, you know, whether you take it because you're an artist or you're a homeless person, we all look the same when we're puking in the gutter. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna do drugs.
Okay, we are really off topic. That was my fault, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Was there any drug use in Fangirl?
Well, yeah, there was.
No. Oh, yeah, her sister, right? Or was that just alcohol?
Well, yeah, alcohol's a drug, though. When
Yeah, well, that's
the
true.
amounts
In
that
excess.
Rin used it in.
The public
When you're
health
addicted
major.
to it.
Rin was definitely using it as a drug.
Yes, this is true.
Emma, tell us
I
from your
found-
public health perspective, was that realistic?
What I really liked about it actually was when she nearly dies and all that stuff. Sorry, spoiler alert. I don't have the mustache on.
Ah, the boiler mustache.
Where's your mustache?
She gets really sick and everything, and she's like, instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna change my life, she's like, I'm still gonna do it, whatever. And that's
Yeah.
really realistic because I teach smoking cessation classes to teenagers, and that's how they are. They're like, yeah, I got caught, but I'm not gonna quit. Like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I don't care. So I thought that was really realistic, her reaction to it. I thought that was cool.
So, like, denial, pretty much, is
Yeah.
everyone's
Mhm.
reaction.
That she enjoyed it, so she was gonna keep I'll be fine. I'm young. So that was cool.
It's wrong. It's a lie. She won't be fine.
For real.
Good thing that's just water, Megan.
Is it? We have no proof of that.
Yeah, you
Vodka
can
is
verify
clear.
I mean, my high school, a bunch of people got busted for bringing vodka in water bottles. They're like, no water bottles. I'm like, I will die.
What?
I'm not
No
going to drink out
water
of the water
bottles?
fountain. I saw somebody throw up in a water fountain. I'm not going to drink out of that. Ma'am.
Ew.
None of us are ever gonna drink out of a water fountain again.
Well, that
I'm never
reminds
leaving
me.
my house again.
Oh, gosh. That reminds me. What was Kath? Okay, Kath had anxiety issues when it came to people. I remember that one line where it said that she didn't like sharing food, wasn't it? Was it she didn't like sharing drinks or food?
It was
or
drinks, yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
drinks.
Which I have friends like that, and I always thought that was really strange. So it was interesting to hear like a fictional character that actually had that hang up as well. Very realistic.
Yeah. She had lots of cool quirks.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would think they were cool if you had them, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're interesting to read about.
From the outside, they were
They
cool.
made me
Yeah.
a dynamic character.
Well, have you guys heard of agoraphobia? Like, where I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
where you-
agoraphobia.
Of course you have. Being a healthcare person, but I have an aunt that has it, so I found it really interesting. That I was wondering if Kath maybe had it a little bit, or I don't know if you can have varying degrees of it or not.
She probably, from what I learned in my psychology class, she probably had either a minor version of it or more social anxiety in social
In
situations.
general.
Agoraphobia is like really, I'm afraid to leave the house or I'm housebound. So she was actually at college, which is actually would be huge for somebody with agoraphobia.
Right.
But she might have had situational agoraphobia, like if you get panic attacks or something, you might avoid certain situations to not put yourself in a panic situation again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So she might have had the situational anxiety panic thing.
So it was more social, I guess, then for her, wasn't it? Because her big fear was going to the cafeteria and where did she sit, and which I understand, that's such a common fear, because it's like when she walked into the party and she was awkward and she didn't know what to do with herself. That's such a familiar situation. you know, and most people tend to deal with it by drinking excessively, and then they don't care anymore. But she didn't drink, right? So yeah, I found that interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that her and Ren and her dad, they seem to all have different, like, I don't want to say like mental problems because that sounds like harsh, but they had these different like issues, and it was all kind of a reaction to similar situations, and to like what had happened to them in the past. But all three of them reacted drastically differently, and I thought that was really, really interesting.
So, what did you guys think of Kath's mother? Loaded question.
Erica, plug your ears.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, smart.
I didn't have my spoiler mustache.
I've got it covered, guys.
Thank you.
The mustache is up.
I liked that the conclusion to that was, I can't do the mustache thing, was realistic as well. She didn't want to, like, her mother at the end didn't want to, you know, make everything better and be a new person. She just, nope, that's it. Good luck.
Yeah. So. I found myself really, I guess I was, like, on and off angry through the book, because I found myself really angry at her mother, like, and Ren's reaction as well, as opposed to Kath's reaction to her was very interesting as well.
Yeah, it was one of those tricky situations, no right answer kind of thing, that everyone just kind of, it's just a mess and there's no getting around it.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting to think about what your reaction would be if you were in the same situation.
General situation or like a specific point in the book?
Well, I don't want to be really spoilery.
I'm still wearing the mustache. We're good.
Okay. There may be spoilers ahead, so look at the mustache and plug your.
I'll take the mustache off after we're done spoiling.
After we're done spoiling. Okay. Well, no, I just mean like the situation where, like, if your mother suddenly comes back into your life, your twin sister is talking to her, but you are not, because you don't want to forgive her for leaving, right? So I don't know. I just found it interesting that Ren's reaction was acceptance. She wanted to talk to her, and she wanted to you know, learn, I guess, why she walked out and this and that. And then Kath was just like, no, I don't want to talk to her. I don't even want her. I'm not her daughter anymore, is what her reaction basically was.
I don't have a twin, but I kind of am in a similar situation, like with my biological father, and without, I think, that other more acceptance, you know, side, I definitely took a more Cather approach to when he decided to, you know, come in. I think I was 15 at the time, so that whole part of the book kind of really, I think that's why I like Cather so much, is because mainly that part. Just switch out the mother for a father, and you pretty much got my situation. So I definitely connected with her a lot.
That's really interesting. Part of me wondered if Ren accepted her mother a little bit more because she could see herself in her mother, because it seemed like her reaction was to like get as far away as possible from the problem mentally through drinking, whereas her mother got as far away from the problem as possible by literally leaving her family. And so I wondered if maybe she couldn't understand it a little bit, or she could understand it a little bit.
Yeah, so it made it easier for her to forgive.
What did you say? I didn't catch that.
Oh, just that it made it easier for Ren to forgive because she could see the outside, whereas Kath could not imagine leaving her people, which was a big part of why Kath and Ren had that huge rift. And
yeah, exactly.
Now, I read, like I said, I read the book all in one go. I just sort of devoured it. So, and then I later forget details because my mind is like a sieve and stuff just falls through. But why, I'm trying to remember why her mother exactly left. Like, she just didn't.
She left after 9/11, which is, I don't remember what
she left on 9/11.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it was like.
They were fighting on 9/11, and she announced that she was leaving, but I think she left like a week after.
Okay, and so they were just fighting. That's why she just left the girls.
Yeah, I think it was all like hang-ups with.
Yeah. Well, it was like she got pregnant like accidentally when she was young, and so like she had never really wanted to be a mother, and so I think like everything just kind of eventually collapsed and she left because it was never like the life she wanted, and she couldn't handle that.
Spoiler mustache.
Too late.
Yeah, you find that out like halfway through the book. It's not too much of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I'm hoping that people that are watching this have either read most of the book or all of it. So.
Yeah, don't forget to tweet us any questions you'd like to have answered.
Yes, I am watching the Thinger, or I was. I have so many tabs open.
Kelly has two screens.
Are we going to talk about what book we maybe want to read next, or for the next book club? Anyone have any ideas?
I wanted this one, so I will bow out of this decision. I was going to suggest it anyway, and then Megan listed it in a huge thing. I'm like, yes, let's do that right now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Kindred spirits. I feel like we're all kindred spirits here.
Yeah.
We all just get along well.
I think that's true for a lot of writers, if they're YA writers.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. I was at a writers' conference over the weekend and trying to meet as many YA authors as I could. Awesome people.
Somebody's hunting in my backyard.
What?
Get down! Get down!
3 shotgun shots. Don't shoot me.
Oh my gosh.
I do not understand America.
Is there supposed to be people practicing in your backyard?
There's a little bit of parkland behind my house, and then across the street from my house there's this wooded area. But I really, for the life of me, do not think you should be hunting in it. It's open for it, but it's a very small. The poor deer.
I would still be fairly alarmed by shotguns in the backyard. But then again, I do live in Canada. I don't know their ways.
Just another Sunday evening here in Baltimore.
Are you from Baltimore?
Yeah, I'm right on the outskirts.
I'm in Brooklyn Park. I live 2 miles from Baltimore.
I'm in here's Baltimore, and then where am I? Here? Well, wait, that's backwards. So here, Ellicott City.
Okay.
So
I go to Ellicott City a lot, actually.
Yes,
Cool. That's
guys,
so
let's
cool.
all
You guys
go to
could do
Baltimore.
coffee.
Yes.
yeah, everybody come to us.
Guys,
Yeah, we win.
No, it's cold there. You guys all come to me.
Yeah, Megan's in San Diego. I vote we visit her.
Kelly is waving.
we have a question.
A question.
Question.
So,
Yay!
Wendy Hamlet asks, question, for your book club, do you guys do series? Well, this is our first book club, so we're still kind of making up the rules as we go along.
Yeah. I would be open to doing a series, but it would need to have if we were reviewing all 2, 3, 4 books, then I think we would need more than just a few weeks to do it.
That could be cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I don't know. We'd have to find I guess we don't have to find a series that's starting now. We could always read the previous books, and then as the 3rd or 4th one came out, read that one or whatever.
Yeah, it'd probably be good to do a series that's ending.
Well, yeah,
if you have
Allegiant and Divergent, we could do the whole series rather than just me ranting about the last book.
Yeah,
that's true.
I have lots of feelings. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for a series that you'd be interested in seeing us discuss, definitely tweet it to us or comment on one of our videos.
We're bad at making decisions on our own. We'll all just be like, whatever you guys want, it's cool, and then nothing ever gets decided.
We're here for the people.
Although we did decide pretty fast on Fangirl, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have people then, though. It was just us.
We were the people.
Oh, ow.
And thanks for giving us a question.
Yes.
Yeah, we were pretty excited about that.
Made my whole weekend.
Thanks, Wendy.
That's my mother's. That's my mother-in-law's name.
So I thought you were I thought you were gonna say that's my mom. Awesome. The only person who asked me a question is your mom. Awesome.
I'm actually surprised Megan's mom hasn't asked us a question yet. She's pretty involved.
Yeah,
person.
she's a very involved parent. I'm lucky to have her.
She's pretty
Hi,
cool.
Mom!
She's not like Cass.
Is she watching?
I don't know.
No.
Probably.
No.
No, their internet is really slow, so probably not.
We have another question.
What is
Questions?
More questions.
Is it from Wendy?
No, it's not from the. It's
I
just
love
from
you,
Maja.
Wendy.
Okay.
Maja?
Maja.
Who?
Maja. Is that
It's Maya.
Oh,
It's Maya. Hi, Maya.
Okay. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. She's from Denmark. Okay. I'm gonna ask the question now, guys. Shh.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for Megan here.
I find your mispronunciation hilarious.
That's literally what I call my mom sometimes.
What the heck, Megan?
Okay, I'm good now. Sorry.
Okay, we're asking Maya's question now, guys. And I'm not volunteering myself for this, but have you thought of reading one of your own books for book club?
No, that's not a bad idea. Oh, now you're all embarrassed.
I know, but Erica.
Where's my spoiler mustache? Spoiler mustache.
We could do Kelly and Erica's books.
Yeah, I fully support it. I'm gonna embarrass Kelly again, but I'm almost done with hers, and it's awesome.
I'm like a chronic blusher. This will not work for me.
And I've read like 20 pages of Erica's, the part I can preview on Barnes & Noble, and it's awesome too.
Well, thank you.
We should definitely do that, because then you guys can give us input on like why you chose to do this and what's going on with this character, and that would be pretty cool.
And then we'll be able to ask you guys specific questions about it, so that would be actually really cool.
Yeah, we'd be interviewing the authors.
Ooh. First-hand accounts.
I'm just gonna sit here quietly.
Why are writers so embarrassed of their writing? Anytime someone reads mine aloud, like my sister still hasn't finished reading my book, I should point out.
Oh, no one in my family has read my book.
She'll read it out loud. I'm like, stop, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
But your book's so good.
Yes, but I mean, like, I like it because I wrote it. But
No, I'm totally the same way when I give like my writing group stuff to read, or my husband, he like reads a lot of the stuff I write. And I was like, just don't read it in front of me. I don't want to know that you're reading it.
Yeah, I want to hear their feedback and what they think of it and what I can change, but I don't want to see them reading it because I don't want to see them react. I don't want them to read it out loud or read over my shoulder. Stop doing it. Stop.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had, over the weekend, like I said, I was at a writer's conference and I pitched to an editor, which was really cool and really terrifying at the same time. But she actually asked to see some of it while I was sitting at the table. So she was reading. No! And I'm chewing my fingernails off like, oh my god, does she like it? Does she hate it? What's going on? Yeah, so, yeah.
I would have just started, like, crying.
Like, look anywhere but at her, like,
I try to keep the crazy in check when I'm pitching to people, so no crying or laughing hysterically or anything like that allowed.
I don't know if I could control that.
Yeah.
That was for Emma, right, Erin? And not Emma, this person, Emma, your book.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, I was like, what's for Emma? I'm confused.
I was still confused. I was like, Emma hasn't written a book.
Erin has written a book about Emmeline.
Emmeline Black, not you. That would be creepy if I wrote a book about you. Not that you're not a wonderful person, but
I'm gonna write a book about all of you.
Yeah, you'd have
all
a good reason
my
to
book.
Oh my goodness! Oh dear.
I don't think I can be a word nerd anymore.
I'm gonna go.
Just kidding. I love being a word nerd.
I know, me too.
Okay, so we're way off topic here.
Yeah.
Again.
Okay, fangirl question. I have a question.
Okay.
What did you guys think of the excerpts from the Simon Snow, from the fan fiction, the official books? I skimmed a lot of them.
Yeah. I was just going to say that, to be honest, I did skip most of them. I read like the first couple ones, but then after that, I was so into the actual story that I just, let's slip and then just continue reading. Yeah, I skimmed.
I liked the short ones, like at the beginning of like chapters and stuff. But when, like, she was reading hers out loud, I was like, okay, like,
Yeah.
could you just, like, give us a short part of what she read? Like, I don't need to hear the whole thing she read.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, mustache, I know your words turn Levi on, but I don't necessarily need to hear all of them.
Yeah, I think there was one part where it was like 3 or 4 pages of the fanfic, and I did skim that because I don't need to know all about Simon Snow, just whatever it is that pertains to the actual story. So, but I still thought it was kind of cool, you know. Although, has anyone ever written /fic before? I haven't.
I haven't
personally done that.
Have I? No, I don't think I have.
I've read it. I've never written it.
I think I've edited some, like, one of my friends wrote it, and I think I read so much of it and helped her with the plot line that it's like, did I write it? Technically, no.
No, I found it really interesting. I know that it exists people that ship, like, Harry Potter and Malfoy, but I always found that was so weird because they wanted to kill each other the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe they love each other so much they just pretend they do.
It's a
That's
fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have trouble with anything with fanfiction that's not canon. Like, I want it to stay in the world that I love. So.
Yeah, none of that alternate universe.
See, I don't mind if it strays from the reality of the book. My problem is when it goes into, like, real people that exist in the world instead of fictional people. And they're like, let me write about the members of One Direction getting together. I'm like, they're real people. They're real people. Please don't.
Yeah, I get a lot of that. I see a lot of that on Wattpad, and some of it I can't help but think, if the members of One Direction actually read this, they would probably be horrified.
They would break up.
Yeah, it would really be bad, you know, because they're, like, shipping them with random people and with a band, and yeah, it's interesting.
One thing I was trying to look for in Fangirl was, like, connections between the passage from the Simon Snow stuff and then connections to, like, what had just happened or connections to the real world.
Did it have any connections to the plot itself, like what she was writing versus what was happening?
That's my question for you guys, because, I found some, like, really marginal connections.
We lost Emma, by the way.
Yeah.
I know, you'll probably lose me on and off, too, and I'll just re-log on. My tablet's weird. I assume Emma's having similar problems with her computer.
Yeah, Emma's computer turns off and on randomly.
That's what mine is doing, too. Who knows?
Maya says she thinks it could be fun to hear us talk directly about our books.
Yeah.
Yay!
I agree with Maya.
We should do it. We should do it then. So
well,
maybe Kelly.
We could do it as something like, because I still want to do the book club and talk about other books, but maybe like a specific talking about writing kind of chat for something.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
Or a different Sunday special.
Yeah.
This is true.
We'll figure it out.
We could do that. Yes, we will do it with you guys' books. Your guys' books.
I have a fangirl question. What did you guys think about the roommate and the whole history with Levi thing?
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't think it would have gone over as well in real life.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I was really intimidated by her. Like I probably would have been. Yeah, like I really would have been if she was my roommate. But I felt like she was probably a good person for Kath to live with for her first year, because she was so, like, accepting of who Kath was. But she also, like, forced her to push herself.
Yeah.
I think the roommate was really a real person. There was nothing fake.
Does anyone know her name?
No, I can't remember.
I can look it up. Hold on.
Come on, Erica.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh, I think it's Reagan.
Was it Reagan?
It was Reagan.
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to say Rachel. Reagan.
There was no beating around the bush with her, and that's what Kath needed, I think.
Yeah.
Reagan, okay. But I thought that the whole thing with Reagan and what's his name again? I keep forgetting.
Levi.
Levi.
Like the jeans. I want to say Ivan for some reason. Levi. Close. Okay, like the jeans. I'll remember that now. I think the thing with... Oh, do we have another question?
We do, but you finish your sentence.
Erica's flailing. Okay. No, I was just saying. I think the thing with Levi and the roommate was when, like I said, wouldn't have gone over as well in real life, and yeah, I just found it was interesting that she was so forgiving of it, because most girls are not going to be like, yeah, no problem, don't worry about it.
Hook up with my ex-boyfriend. Have fun.
I'm not gonna. No.
I don't know, because it happens so gradually. I'd like to think I'd be the kind of person that if you can see that they're interested in each other, you could just be like, okay, I just don't want to hear about it. Like, because it didn't happen all at once.
Well, I can speak from experience. My high school, it wasn't that huge, so a lot of the people and friends would, like, every friend would date the other friend. And
we
then
did that too.
Break up and then
That's
date,
true.
like,
that
and
is
it's kind of
true.
like, oh, that's kind of weird, but, I mean, what are your options here?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah, I've been there. I mean, okay, so our question. Okay, fangirl question. This is from Maya again. Did you learn something about yourself by reading the book?
Ooh, good question.
This was actually a question I had written down.
Does anyone want to answer that?
I think so. Like, because I could relate to Kat so much, very much that feeling of, okay, so I'm not the only crazy person, which was kind of nice, but...
Everyone's nodding.
Like, when I went to the fangirl event, that was something that everyone in the audience and everyone I talked to was saying, that it was just nice to know that, like, this was a book written for people just like you. So...
Yeah.
I think that what I learned from it was that, yeah, similar to what you were saying, is that, you know, you're not the only one out there, not necessarily somebody that has a lot of social anxiety, but somebody that's so passionately loves something, if it's Simon Snow or Harry Potter, or in my case, it was Star Wars when I was 14. But I was made to feel stupid for that. And I think that I think it's okay to love something really passionately, whether it is One Direction or Supernatural or whatever it is, right? I don't know. I thought it was really cool that Kath was true to herself no matter what anyone said.
That actually brings up another question that Erin obviously answered. But what was, for all of you, what was your big, like, when you were in Kath's age or in high school, what was your big obsession thing? Not counting Harry Potter.
Okay, let's see. Not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter was like the thing.
Well, for Emma and I can answer both. We both loved Stargate so much.
And Lord of the Rings. We love
And Lord of the Rings. Oh my gosh, I spent
Lord
so
of the
much
Rings
time.
is
So
good.
much time on LordofTheRings.net.
I have a confession to make about Lord of the Rings. When I was when the third movie came out, I sewed a dress all by hand so I could stand in line and wear the Lord of the Rings dress and
That's
be an elf.
awesome.
Yeah. That was another fandom.
When the third one came out, my mom took me to go see it, or we went together to go see it at midnight, and we wanted really, really good seats, and so we got there so early that they just let us in to go see the movie that came on before it.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Back in the day when you had to, like, wait for seats at the theater instead of, like, having them assigned.
Yeah.
Buying them on your
Good
phone.
time.
Wait, you have
But you still
assigned
have to wait
seats
in
in
line.
theaters?
Yeah. Yeah.
In Utah, they do now.
My
we
parents,
just started getting that.
my parents said they do in Georgia too.
Oh, I will be
you
furious.
Like, you reserve your seats.
I'd be so mad if someone told me where to sit. I'd be like, nope, sitting over here.
Get out of my face.
Even now, when I get an assigned seat, I ignore it. I don't think anyone's really using it here yet, but it is kind of in the system.
That's so
Well,
weird.
when you buy it online, they do assign a seat to you, but I don't think anyone actually sticks to that seat. They just take whatever's available, I think.
Yeah, I haven't had an assigned seat for like a packed theater, so I guess that would be different.
I don't even know if our seats here are numbered. I've never noticed.
I have no idea
Yeah,
either.
no,
I always
me
sit
either.
in like the middle part.
Yeah, next to the
I
rail.
have to
Exactly.
sit in the
Easy
back.
escape.
I
Yeah.
have to sit in the back because somebody will always kick my seat if I sit anywhere else, and then I get really Hulk ragey if people
They,
are
like,
in my seat
target
through
you.
the whole movie. Yes. Except
I would
that
be
I'm also
that
like
person.
I would go between like raging and then not wanting to say anything to them, which is stupid. But that's the way
Yeah.
I
I do
am.
the
I'm like,
same
I'm
thing,
so
though.
mad. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. I'm just going to hold it all in.
Yeah, and then explode when I later to my husband when I get out.
Exactly.
Why were they kicking
Oh,
my seat? Why
question.
didn't you say anything?
I think Emma's
question?
frozen forever.
I think Kelly's got a question.
Kelly!
Okay, Wendy again. I feel like we
Wendy!
Thank you, Wendy. You're so cool.
Hi, Wendy.
Okay, Wendy asked, would you guys do a video about advice for young writers? Which yes.
Oh,
Every
heck yeah.
Monday! Every Monday. But we could also talk together, because I think that
It would be
cool.
fun to do a joint chat for advice, because everybody has such different input for different things. So
Yeah. So the answer is
So
yes.
yes.
Here's the question. Who all in this, the word nerds, who took creative writing in college or in high school? Who took, sat through a composition class where you had to write short stories or poems and then read them out loud?
no.
I took one. Emma's in one right now. She disappeared, but she is in one right now. But I'm actually looking into an MFA program, actually at your school, but online.
Yeah, I go online, so
That's awesome.
I recommend it.
Okay,
I've
good.
been-
I'll probably ask you more questions about it as the deadline gets closer.
Was it Emma that was saying she had somebody say that she shouldn't write for children? Was that Emma?
Yes, on Twitter the other day.
That's
Yeah,
one
on
of
Twitter.
That's what I'm
Someone
saying.
said that
A
on-
lot of creative writing teachers say they're like, don't go to write for this genre, or they'll be very. It's usually pretty harsh with the criticism, and it's kind of like you've got to learn what to listen to and what to ignore. Because I just
That's
came
such
out.
BS.
Yeah, I just came out of a fiction writing workshop that was brutal. Kelly knows. I was ripping my hair out at this. Oh, we had to critique people every week, and some critiques are like, I enjoyed your characters. And it's like, thanks, what should I change? And others are just like mean and say, you are a terrible writer, don't do this. And
Wow.
you should see people in the forums, they get so mean. And in high school, I took a creative or an advanced composition class, and we had to read our poems that we wrote on the first day of class in front of everyone.
Oh.
And it was just then it was open for feedback, but you had to face the blackboard and listen to the comments without knowing who it came from. So you could kind of guess.
It's like a license for
Sounds like-
bullying.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like stand in the dunce corner and have everyone tell you how crappy you are.
Exactly.
What an awesome idea.
I think it was supposed to teach you, accept criticism and try to work with it and critique.
Not like that.
No,
Not like that.
it became a little bit mean.
Yeah. No kidding.
And or nobody would say anything. There were some
And you're
people
just
that just
standing there staring at the
like,
blackboard.
okay,
no one says
this is a
anything.
lot of fun.
Just,
Can I go sit down? And then I'm reading my Batman poem. I'm like, ugh.
I would have given you awesome feedback.
It was
Sounds awesome.
one of those classes.
Well, I think a lot of classes are very about literary work, and if you write commercial, look out.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people, they're nasty to people that write anything other than highbrow literary stuff.
Yeah, it can go both sides of the spectrum. You'll either have people that are really encouraging or people that are just super mean and think that they're the genius of the class, and everybody bow down to my writing skills because you're writing young adult and I'm writing literary advanced medieval fiction. I don't know, crazy stuff. And it's
Flails.
Well, it really gets me crazy when people I have somebody that said to me recently Harry Potter's young adult. All of you people reading Harry Potter, you're reading children's books, and I'm like, so. What's your point about this? Do we have a question? Is this
We
what...
do. I think she
I
started
figured
talking
I'd join the
I can
flailing.
see a chain of flailing going on.
I feel like I'm gonna regret the decision to dance every time there's a question if I ever rewatch this video.
No, you have to keep doing
I think
it.
it's perfect.
Okay.
This video is way too long for me to rewatch.
Yeah, we are at about the hour mark now, anyways. But anyways, we'll call this our last question.
Okay.
Last question. Is it
Maya?
Maya, my
Don't-
other
yeah.
love.
Okay. Rainbow Rowell noted that Simon Snow was an homage to Harry Potter. Could you feel that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I
Totally.
think totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was really interesting, though, that along with that, she chose to mention Harry Potter in there. So Harry Potter was also a part of the world.
That threw me off a little bit, actually, because to me, in my mind, Simon Snow was Harry Potter of that world. And then when she mentioned Harry Potter, I was like, whoa, oh, okay. I guess Simon Snow is just extra.
I guess she didn't want it to be too closely compared that people would get lost in the story because they're like, oh no, Harry Potter's not like that. So that way it could kind of have its own slot.
Yeah.
That's true. But it was very obvious, I think, to everyone that was a sort of a homage to Harry Potter that, you know, because that's what people got so crazy about. That's what we all fangirled over.
Yeah, my first love.
Yeah, I love the scene when they like bought the last
Stargate
book
was.
and you're like crying. I remember that. I remember going
that was
and
my
buying
second love.
I went to the bookstore and they did the midnight countdown.
Yeah.
The 5, 4, 3, and everyone was screaming and people were crying. I don't know. That was like the 5th or 6th book, I think. And I just remembered loving every minute because of the excitement, and it was like
community
and the camaraderie of everybody freaking out over the same thing.
Exactly. Actually, it was sort of the same during the City of Bones, the opening credits for that movie. The tension, it was me and a couple friends and a bunch of teenage girls, and they were so wonderful. These teenage girls, they were so excited. They were talking to us about it. They were turning around in their seats saying, like, aren't you excited? I'm so excited. And I was excited because it was contagious. I was so pumped.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I went to see City of Bones with like 5 other people in the entire theater. So
yeah, that was what I thought. There were not many people there.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't
seen it.
We're lame, Kaylee.
You guys, you have to see it.
Yeah, we need to support these movies.
I'm poor. I can't afford to go to the movies.
It was really good. Yeah, there you go. It was really good, except for the really cheesy romance scene.
Or the very, very end, I was a little disappointed with. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
The whole ending was like confusing. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Okay. No, and the part where Jace puts his hand through the portal and is stroking her hair, the disembodied hand. I was like, what is this? It's creepy.
Or you know that part where she's like, is this the part where you where you rip off your shirt to bandage my wounds? I was like, what?
Yeah, I think that was in the book, but the delivery.
And you were like, hey, you want me to take off my shirt? All you had to do is ask. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is happening here?
I mean, like that's kind of how the book is written, with those like,
but it's like it like makes sense when you're reading it, but when you like hear someone say it, you're like,
oh, okay,
this is weird.
Yeah, yeah. No, I just didn't like the scene, and like the romance scene would have been good if they didn't play like that really cheesy song.
Yeah, with lyrics. Don't play. I hate lyrical songs during just use a score like the Hunger Games. Just use a score for the, and then use the lyrics for like
I thought
credits.
That was really well done.
Yeah, like old school Disney movies. The end credits were always like a pop star.
Yeah, it kind of ruined it a little bit. Oh, speaking of the Hunger Games, are we really excited for the Hunger Games?
Yes,
movie?
So excited.
Yes, so pumped.
I'm so excited. Have you seen all the new trailers?
Yeah.
Watched all of them.
Yes.
Multiple times. I know at some point we talked about doing like a movie club as well. Because I think it was Emma that said that we should talk. Yeah.
So I'm game. I love movies.
Yeah, I want to talk to you guys like this all the time now. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we should just do this instead of emails.
I'm seeing it in IMAX, and I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so good.
I heard like when she like comes up when it goes into IMAX. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so smart. He's gonna. Oh my gosh.
Someone should get a raise for coming up with that idea.
For real, whoever came up with that idea.
Flailing, I see a question.
Oh, possibly 2. Oh no, Maya twice.
Sorry, this isn't our.
She said, I know you said no more questions, but she just wanted to say this was fun, and she'd totally watch if we had a writer's hangout. But if you want another question, what was the most emotional moment of the book? And we will call this our last question.
Right. Mustache, it was definitely the party scene where all crap hit the fan. That was definitely, I was reading, and I was on my tablet, and I just had to hold it, and I'm like, that did not just happen. That couldn't have happened. So that was definitely my moment.
And you could see how it did happen. Like, it wasn't like, you know, from his perspective, I'm not on his side for this, but, like, I get it. That she was aloof, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of get it at the same time, but I'm very unforgiving when it comes to my fictional characters. I was mad at him.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Maybe we should go down the line. So Emma, you next.
Oh gosh, I'm next. I don't know. I'm still thinking.
Counterclockwise? Okay, me next. I'm taking the mustache off, though, because I'm about to get serious, and I can't. But there are still potential spoilers. For me, it was totally the very end, where they are, like, together, and they're getting the very last Simon Snow book, and her sister just, like, throws herself into Kat's arms. And I'm like, they love each other so much, and we all love Simon Snow. But I thought that the emotions were just so real, and they were so true to the way it really did feel for people who got so involved in those different fandoms.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
Yes. Yeah. I also thought the part that was really emotional was when her sister started helping her write again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it for me, I think. That was just, Wendy would totally watch us do a movie chat, so
Awesome.
that should be
I
an
say we
idea.
do it. There's so many
Okay.
literary movies. We've got it.
Okay, so after Catching Fire, maybe, if you guys are all gonna watch it.
That'll give me an excuse to spend money to see it. Feel like,
Like, I
dude, you
have to. It's the word nerds.
The word nerds. That's how
I can't get
I
out of it.
rationalized buying this book. I was like, I need it.
I must have it.
Even if you can't see it on time, although we can give it like a week or so after. It's not like we don't know what happens, so it's not really a spoiler issue. If you don't see the movie, you don't see the movie, but
It'll just be
Erica
like,
didn't read the book, so, it's all good.
No, I read part of the book. I read up to page 52, so that's a very small amount.
Yeah, definitely be looking for us movie chatting, though, soon in the future.
And we will
We'll
put
tweet
it
about
on the right channel next time. For
Yeah,
sure.
we'll figure out what the
Yeah.
heck is going on. I don't even know. I don't know anything anymore.
So yeah, I'll leave the contest open until I guess next Sunday, and I'll take this off and put it on the right channel so anyone can kind of watch an hour of us rambling and comment if they want a chance to win this copy. So yeah,
Awesome.
It's signed.
says the story
That
doesn't
sounded
have
like
to end at the end. Rainbow.
But this is probably the end of our live feeding this
Yeah.
chat.
So Maya and Wendy, we love you so much.
Yeah, you
thanks
guys
for
are
asking
great.
questions.
You made us stay on track a little bit more.
A little bit more.
A little bit
Just
more.
a little.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching
Not
today.
a lot more.
And I'm going to take us
How do we
off
sign
live.
off?
I'll take us off live now, right? Okay.
Okay, bye, people.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.